It is called Sahaja. Sahaja has two meanings. Sahaj means simple, also it means the thing that is born with you. Sahaj is a simple thing because it is born with you. Your nose is born with you. Alright, it's a simple thing. You don't have to do anything, press it or anyway, do anything to it to breathe. It's there. In the same way, this built-in process is within you. It's just there. To me, it is absolutely simple, and to you also it will be simple as soon as you get it. So this argument about it being so simple, I just can't understand myself. Why should there be an argument? Supposing you can eat this way, why should you ask that how can it be so simple to eat this way? It's so simple because it is so vital, it is so important. All vital things are simple and easily available, like your own breathing. For that, if you have to do something special, then this breathing is not possible. How many people are going to survive? Now this simple thing, this simple method is the method of the all-pervading divine power, the Holy Ghost. This all-pervading divine power is the Shakti, the primordial power that works it out. Do we realize how this Shakti works otherwise? Are we ever watching a flower becoming a fruit? Who does that? Not one flower, but you must have seen millions and millions and billions of these flowers are turning into fruits. And who does that? We never think. We take it for granted. All living things are done by this divine power. Human beings cannot do anything that is living. What they can do is everything that is dead or deadening, like strikes is a deadening thing. What we can do is to make something, a table, a chair, if the tree is dead. We are doing nothing but dead work, and this deadening thing dominates us because we form habits. We form habits. With these habits, this matter sits on our head. And the spirit, which is the vibrant thing, which is the source, which is the controlling thing, becomes dormant. This dormant force, if somehow becomes enlightened, and our attention becomes enlightened, we become a different person. We become a yogi. We become a person who is united with God. For that, you don't have to wear funny dresses. It makes no difference what sort of dress you wear. It makes no difference how you comb your hair or what sort of food you eat. It's something so within. It has nothing to do with these outward things. All our ideas about even charities and about being kind to others and all these things are very superficial. When you become that, when you become compassion, when you become love, then you don't have to tell yourself at all, you don't have to argue with it. You just become, it just flows, the compassion flows, it acts. You don't have to argue it out, you don't have to tell yourself I should be compassionate, I should be kind, you just become. I went to Italy and there were 3-4 people who got interested in Sahaja Yogis. But they said we don't want to join Sahaja Yoga. I said why? Because these people don't smoke. I said I never told them not to smoke, never asked them, did I? I never said don't smoke. They just asked them, do you smoke? Do you smoke, or you have given up smoking, or your mother has forced you not to smoke? They said nothing of the kind. We used to smoke packets of cigarettes, we used to drink, we were drug addicts. But something happened to us, we just gave up, we don't know how. So simple. Mother never told us. We just became like. What is there to tell? Once you have found it, once you have seen the light, you are not bothered. Suppose you see a rope here. You might be frightened. You might think it's a snake because there's no light, you can't see. You might be running helter-skelter, the whole house might be upside down. But once the light is there, so it's a rope, all right. So all the fears drop out because you have seen it. All the pressures drop out. All the hang-ups, they drop out. Whatever is abnormal drops out and you become an absolutely a normal person. Absolutely a normal person. That's what it is that you have to become. But it is much, much more than that. This is not only that you get your physical fitness. Many people have been cured. They must have told you that cancer is cured. Yes, true, cancer is cured. Many diseases are cured. Mental cases are cured. If you have been to horrible gurus, you get cured. All these things happen. But that's not the end of it. This is just the redeeming part of it. The redeeming part is that you are redeemed of all these physical, mental, emotional problems. But the another part of it is that you yourself get the power. You become the prophets. The men of God will become prophets. That's what your great poet William Blake had said. The men of God will become prophets and they will have power to make others prophet. This is the sign. He has given you the sign. You become prophets. That means you get the power to do all this yourself. Every individual can do it. Even small children can do it. Even a little Olympia can do it. When you become the prophet, you also know everything about it, what you are doing. How you have to do it, how to raise the kundalini, how to cross all the different centers which are sick, how to keep it there. You become absolutely the master. Now the prophets were, we can say, like William Blake was a prophet, all right, he was a seer. He saw this future. He's mentioned everything that was going to happen to Sahaja, no doubt. I don't know how many are aware of it. Most of them thought he was a lunatic. They couldn't believe him. When he talked of all these things, that Jerusalem is going to be established in England's pasture land. Nobody could believe this, it must be mad. But time has come. The Jerusalem is to be established. There's a special thing about England. And he saw that 100 years back, clearly the whole picture. But nobody understood him. He was a prophet. Nobody understood him what he said. Those who understood also had an academic sort of an interest in him. And some did feel that there may be some sort of a truth in what he has said and described. So you are more than a prophet in a way, that you are not interested in seeing the future, but you come in the present. What they describe, the future for them, which they did not enjoy, is your present. And that you become the master yourself. All these great prophets had a big, big problem. I had a discussion with an ambassador recently who is a very learned man from India. And he was telling me that the biggest problem was that with rationality, with explanations, how far can we go? Supposing you say there is all-pervading power. They said, how are we to believe? It's all cock and bull story. Prove it to us. By argument, of course, you cannot prove it. But for experiencing also, you cannot prove it. So they used to give up. Like Adi Shankaracharya, at a point he reached, he wrote about Viveka Chudamani and all these treatises, and then he gave up. And he started describing the mother. He said, I give up, that's all. And they said that he went soft in his head because he couldn't go ahead with his philosophies and started praising the mother. He said, what's wrong? The same thing happens with Bible, with Quran, with everything that people think. Either you follow them with faith, with blind faith, do not question anything, just accept whatever they are saying, become fanatics, kill each other, die, then it's all right. Or else, you just give up, you become communists, no God. If you have to have your brains alive, then you better give up all these religions, you should say all nonsense. Christianity is hopeless because these churches, Islam is useless because of fanaticism, that is useless because of this and that is, Hinduism is another nonsense. Because at this level, it looks like that. At this point, it appears like that. It has no meaning. It's nonsensical. This blind faith, people can't accept. The scientists say, what is this blind faith? We went to moon. It's all just the same. What's there? We went to moon, we never saw God. What are you talking about God? How are we to believe there is God? But we have to now prove the existence of God. We have to prove the existence of this all-pervading power. We have to prove the existence of that spirit within you. It is to be proved. It is to be actualized. So arguments will stop. With arguments, one cannot achieve it. With blind faith, one cannot achieve it. Rationality cannot take it there, or this emotional adherence will not take you there. Its actualization is the happening that really makes you that. The reality that is actually expressing within your central nervous system. That is the one is going to convince. But it is not for conviction. For example, if you are not convinced, the divine is not interested. Like these people were saying, whether by putting up posters that these people know about you, that you are there. I said, that's all. That's all. You have told them, you have passed the message. Now, if they come, well and good. That's our job, is to inform. If they come, if they get realization, well and good. If they establish themselves, even better. We'll work hard for that. But we cannot force it. We cannot force it. We cannot have any artificial ways of impressing you. Like we cannot carry a circus about it. You have to have a sensitivity of your own to understand the importance, and your own pure intelligence must tell you that this is the thing. Otherwise, we cannot fall at your feet and say, oh, please. We cannot implore. Neither can we cross your freedom that is given to you. It's in your own freedom and in its own glory that you have to ascend. Because you are epitome, you are the epitome of this creation. Nobody can force you to do it. If you want to go to hell, all right, take 2 running jumps and you can go down. If you want to go to heaven, that's also possible.